This is Pascal now. Cleaner code, better UX, way better performance. Before the rewrite, it was a mess. Here is what I changed. Last episode, I talked about horizontal development and why I was rewriting everything. Today, I'm showing you exactly what was broken and how I fixed it. From spaghetti bolognese code to something I'm actually proud of. Mistake number 1. Mixing React re-renders with Three.js frame loop. Zustand makes everything convenient. We stored all our nodes there, walls, doors, windows, items, and rendered by just traversing them. Clean, easy. To move fast, we updated metadata directly in the store. Change the position, re-render, simple. And it works for basic edits. It's fine. But then you drag something, point A to point B. We were smart about it. Grid snapping, so updates only happen on position changes. Not every frame. Still too many. Every snap writes to the store. Every component using nodes needs use shallow or it re-renders too. The sidebar, the history, everything's fighting. Here's the thing. React re-renders and the Three.js frame loop aren't friends. Not for real-time stuff. So we split it. Store only updates on commit, pick up, move around, drop one write. But wait, how do you see it move? Send registry. Every node registers its mesh by ID. When you drag, we grab the mesh directly and move it. No React, no store, just Three.js doing what it's good at. Same feature, completely different feel. Data stays pure, history clean, high performance. Mistake number 2. Making everything reactive. The Zustand trap. We make everything a setter. Update a property, it's reactive, triggers re-renders, save to history, persists to storage. That's usually what we want, but not always. With Zustand, the default is to make everything reactive. Update a property, trigger a re-render. Usually that's what you want. But take slabs. Platforms that push up walls and objects sitting on them. That vertical offset, it's not structural data, it's physics. A visual side effect. We don't want it in undo history. We don't want it to trigger re-renders. The instinct is to store dirty nodes in Zustand with a setter. But now you're back to the same problem. Every update creates a new object, triggers re-renders, you add use shadow, you filter it from undo logic. It's getting messy. Here's the thing. Zustand doesn't have to be reactive. You can use it just to organize your code, store a variable, mutate it directly. No re-render, no history pollution, just a value you can access anywhere. The system reads the dirty nodes, does its work, clears them. React never knows, React doesn't need to know. With Three.js, this pattern works great for vectors, mesh references, anything you update frequently but don't need to trigger renders. Mistake number 3. Coding logic in the wrong place. React Refiber makes things easy. Sometimes too easy. It's tempting to put all logic inside components. But then your feature is tied to React lifecycle, not the Three.js frame loop. React Refiber is amazing, but it can trap you into coding things in the wrong place. Take wall metering. When two walls meet, we calculate how they connect. We covered how it works in this video. We build this inside each wall's component. Seemed logical, the wall knows about itself, it handles its own geometry. But every wall change meant rebuilding every wall on that level. And because it's inside a component, that's a React re-render, tied to React's loop, not Three.js. Wrong loop, wrong place. The fix, we call them systems. A system is just a component with a use frame. It checks, are there dirty walls? If yes, grab the mesh from the registry, rebuild the geometry, mark it clean. One system runs once per frame, handles all dirty walls. Not one re-render per wall, not tied to React lifecycle. Just the frame look doing what it's good at. Same feature, right place. So that's the rewrite. 3 patterns that didn't scale, 3 solutions that do. And here's the good news. Pascal is in a much better place now. The architecture is cleaner, the code is readable. If you've ever wanted to contribute to an open source React Refiber project, now's actually a great time to jump in. We'd love to have you. As for these devlogs, I'm going to pause on Pascal for a bit. I've got other projects with different problems I've been solving that I think you'd find interesting. And actually, I want to hear from you. What are you struggling with? What topics would help? Drop a comment, I'll pick some for future videos. See you in the next one.